Dhamma piti sukhang seti vippasannena cetasa. He who imbibes the Dhamma lives happily with a pacified mind. Venerable Mahasangha, led by the Most Venerable Pallabhage Chandasiri Nayaka Mahathera, and dear friends in the Dhamma. Today, this evening, we all assembled here in this hall at Minnesota Buddhist Vihara in order to perform a special meritorious deed. This is called Pirith ceremony. Pirith means in Sinhala. Pirith means protection. Its Pali term is paritta and Sanskrit term is paritrana. Protection, we need protection from all over. The definition given is parisamantato tayati rakhati iti paritta. When we think of protection, we want protection for both physicality and mentality. Mental protection and physical protection. For our mental protection, we need some spiritual things like this, such as chanting. We, the monks, are here to chant the very word of the Buddha. The Buddha said, he who imbibes the Dhamma lives happily, because Dhamma is a medicine, it is a medication. It is unparalleled medication. Therefore, the Buddha said, O monks, drink of this. Monks, drink this medication. Drink this medicine, Dhamma medicine. When we drink this Dhamma medicine, when we abide by the Dhamma, we can live happily, peacefully in this society. This is why we want to practice the Dhamma. This is why we want to follow this Dhamma. We, the monks, are here to chant the word of the Buddha. As you all can see, the monks are here together with the casket of the Buddha's relics to represent the Buddha, and also the book of protection to represent the Dhamma. So, in this beautifully decorated mandapa, the pavilion, today we have here the triple gem. We monks are going to chant and bless upon you for the success of all your activities. We monks bless upon you all for the success. As Bhante Seelananda, the head monk of this temple, said, this is a special ceremony today in order to perform the special ceremony called Kathina ceremony. This is part of the Kathina ceremony. In parallel with that Kathina ceremony, you all organized this special meritorious deed, the chanting ceremony. This year, the Kathina ceremony is mainly sponsored by Chaturanga, Kavindi, and their parents and the family members, together with all members of Minnesota Buddhist Vihara. So we monks are very happy to see you all, and now the monks are going to chant and bless upon you. When we monks are chanting, we chant the word of the Buddha. The word of Buddha is not a sort of mantra, not an incantation, not a mantra. This is what is called asseveration of truth. We assure the truth of the Buddha, the Buddha's very word. When we chant, there are 4 types of power here. The power of sound, power of love, power of truth, and the power of word. These 4 powers are here when we chant. And it really helps you to live happily, peacefully, and to ward off all sort of ailments and ward off some sort of evil spirits like that. So this is why we organize chanting ceremonies like this. So today this special chanting is performed in order to ward off such evil spirits or to ward off diseases, ailments. So this is how we Buddhists do in all Buddhist countries. Especially this type of chanting is very famous in Sri Lanka. So not only Sri Lanka, in all Buddhist countries like Burma, Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, they do such ceremonies. But we should not misunderstand that this is what the Buddha's core teaching. This is not actually core teaching. Buddha has taught Dhamma. We monks are chanting the word of the Buddha's discourses. But Buddha's teaching is quite profound. Buddha has taught us a profound teaching based on three principles, namely the Four Noble Truths, the dependent origination, and the three characteristics of existence. We study, we practice according to these wonderful teachings of the Buddha. At the same time, we have to organize ceremonies like this, the colorful ceremonies from time to time, in order to protect the Dhamma. You know, if we see the Dhamma, if we see the teaching of the Buddha as the core of a tree, the ceremonies, different ceremonies are like outer bark of the tree or the sapwood of the tree. Without the outer bark, without sapwood, without leaves and twigs, no, we cannot protect the core of the tree. Just like that, we need some sort of ceremonies. Some people are hastily try to label these type of things like rituals. These are not mere rituals. We do all these things meaningfully. Therefore, these are not mere rituals, but in order to respect the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha, in order to develop our confidence, our trust in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, we do such ceremonies, this type of ceremonies from time to time. Now the monks are going to chant some discourses from the very words of the Buddha. You know, there, as I said earlier, there is the book which is called Pirith Anusaasanaya. In this book, there are 24 different discourses. These are some discourses delivered by the Buddha on different occasions. This book called Pirith Anusaasanaya, the book of protection, was compiled in Sri Lanka, and we monks are going to chant some of the discourses, some of the selected discourses tonight. As the monks, first the monks are going to chant all together the triple discourses. The triple discourses are blessing discourse, jewel discourse, and the metta discourse, Karaniya metta discourse. So when we chant this together, we chant for about 1 hour. After that, two monks will chant for another 30 minutes. Thereafter, another 2 monks will chant for about 45 minutes. Then the monks, again 2 monks will chant the Buddha's first discourse, which is Dhamma Chakrapavatana Sutta, setting of the motion of the wheel of the Dhamma. So after that, finally the monks will chant the Ata Natya Sutta. The Buddha recommended, Buddha prescribed this particular discourse in order to remember the qualities, the virtues of the 7 Buddhas in the world who were there in the last 91 years. For the last 91 years in this world, there were 7 Buddhas. We call them Sat Buddha. You can see the 7 Buddha statues here on your left side. So that is how we monks are going to chant the qualities of the Buddhas, and finally the monks will chant and bless upon you in this manner. When the monks chant in this manner, they chant bless upon you by reciting, may I have no other refuge. Buddha is my refuge, matchless refuge. Dhamma is my matchless refuge. Sangha is my matchless refuge. By the power of this truth, may all victory be yours. In such a way, the monks will chant and bless upon you for your own benefit. So friends, in this manner, the monks are going to chant different discourses. If we think of some discourses such as blessing discourse, once the people talk about blessings, but the people couldn't understand what blessings were. Thereafter, even the deities, they talk about blessings. One night, a certain deity came to the Buddha and asked what the blessings were. Thereupon the Buddha taught 34 types of blessings. That is what is called blessing discourse. Then the jewel discourse. When there was a famine in the place called Vaishali in India, there was a famine. Then different spirits haunted there, and also different types of diseases. So then the people went to the Buddha and invited the Buddha to visit that place. When the Buddha visited the place, there were corpses all over. The people got sick, and then the different types of spirits, evil spirits, were there. By that time, the Buddha visited, and then the corpses, as torrential rain poured, and then all the corpses washed away into the river. Thereafter, the Buddha asked Venerable Ananda to take some water into the Buddha's bowl, and recite this particular discourse called Jewel Discourse, and sprinkle water in the city. In such a way, the Buddha cleansed the city, and thereupon the people lived there happily. So that is what is called Jewel Discourse. And then the Metta Discourse, love and friendliness discourse. There was a 500 group of monks in the time of the Buddha. They went to a certain place to meditate. While they were meditating there, the deities who were there in the trees could not stay any longer on the trees. As the monks, virtuous monks, were sitting under the tree, the deities could not stay on the top of the trees. Thereafter, they came down and waited there for monks to leave the place soon. But the monks went there for 3 months retreat, like this Vassana retreat. When the monks were there practicing, the deities understood that the monks were not ready to leave the place. Thereupon they created different types of things so that the monks could not stay there. Like they created different spirits, and they tried to chase them away. Thereafter, as the monks could not practice there, they went to the Buddha and reported. Thereupon the Buddha delivered this particular discourse, which is called Metta Sutta, or love and friendliness discourse. The Buddha taught them the discourse and asked them to recite this discourse loudly and meditate on the same discourse. So at the end of the 3 months retreat, all the monks attain full enlightenment. So these are called triple discourse, which will chant first the monks together. After that, the monks will chant. Especially tonight, the monks are going to chant and bless upon you the Bojjhanga discourses. As you all know, Bojjhanga are the 7 factors of enlightenment. Buddha taught the 7 factors of enlightenment as they lead us to the attainment of enlightenment. One has to practice and develop these 7 factors of enlightenment. The 7 factors of enlightenment are mindfulness, investigation of the Dhamma, energy, rapture, tranquility, concentration, and equanimity. The monks are going to chant these Bojjhanga discourses, factors of enlightenment. While the Buddha was living, once Venerable Mahakassapa was sick. Then the Buddha went to see him, and when inquired, he said that he could not bear up the pain. Thereafter the Buddha delivered this Bojjhanga Sutta, or the factors of enlightenment, to Venerable Mahakassapa, and at the end of the discourse he recovered from his ailment. And at the same time, there was another monk, Venerable Moggallana, as the second most chief disciple of the Buddha. Venerable Mahamoggallana, when he got sick, again the Buddha chanted the same discourses, Bojjhanga Sutta, and at the end of the chanting, he recovered from his ailment. In such a way, the Buddha blessed them, and we chant these discourses and bless upon you all this night. And the Buddha's first sermon, as I said, 2 monks, especially 2 monks will chant this particular discourse, Dhamma Chakka Pavattana Sutta, the Buddha's first discourse, where the Buddha said, monks, there are 2 extremes in the world which are to be avoided. Sensual indulgence is one extreme, and self-mortification is the other. Both these are to be avoided. And then the Buddha taught the 4 noble truths and the noble eightfold path. In such a way, the Buddha gave the gist of whole teaching in this particular discourse, the Buddha's first discourse. Tonight, the monks are going to chant this special discourse and bless upon you. As I said, finally the monks will chant Atanatya Sutta and Set Pirith, blessing, chanting some special verses. The monks will bless upon you for your own benefit, and wishing you good health, longevity, and success of all your activities. The monks will chant like Bhavatu Sabba Mangalang, may all blessings be upon you. Rakkantu Sabba Devata, may all deities protect you. Sabba Buddhanubhavena, Sabba Dhammanubhavena, Sabba Sanghanubhavena. By the protective power of Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha, may victory be yours. May you always be well. Like that, the monks bless upon you. Sabbityo vivajjantu, may all calamity be warded off. Sabba rogo vinassatu, may all ailments cease. Mate bhavatu antarayo, may no harm come to you. Mate bhavatu antarayo, sukhi diga yuko bhava, may you live alone in peace. In this manner, friends, now the monks are going to chant and bless upon you. You all are expected to listen, giving full attention, listen this chanting. If you listen this properly, attentively, definitely this Dhamma will help you for your own protection, for the mental protection. So therefore, now the monks are going to chant, and please listen attentively. As we all got together today to perform this wonderful meritorious deed, as it is clear annually we do this same meritorious deed in parallel with the Katina ceremony. This year too, under the guidance of Venerable Vityala Sivali, the head monk of Minnesota Buddhist Vihara, you all organized this wonderful ceremony, and now we are performed this ceremony. By doing all these good deeds, we all can acquire a great deal of merit. By the power of all this merit, may we all attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. With that good thoughts, everybody say sadhu 3 times and say namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa to observe precepts, 5 precepts.